Hey guys, so today I wanted to do an overview of our Great Wolf Lodge trip. So we got back last night from Great Wolf Lodge, and I was just going to give you a little bit of information. So I used a homeschool code that I had from a homeschool group, and it gave me the room for $99 a night. And then it waived all resort fees. So I ended up paying a total of $112. We ended up staying one night. With this means that, so we checked in on Wednesday night. At 3 o'clock is check-in time. However, you can get to the resort early and go to the water park starting at 1 o'clock. So we got to the resort around 1:30, and I checked in. Upon arrival, we got some cute little wolf ears, which you'll see in our video clips. And then we went to the water park. And then at 3 o'clock, when we could check into our room, they have wristbands, and you use the wristbands to purchase items. They get you into the water park. They also get you into your room. So you just hold up your wristband to the door, and it would let you into your room. So at 3 o'clock, we went into our room. We unpacked. We ate a snack. And then we went and just explored the grounds. They have an arcade, a bowling alley, like a build your bear workshop. They had a candy store. They had several restaurants on site. They have the water park, an arcade, Magic Quest, Shadow Quest games. So we did all of that, and then we went back to the water park. And we stayed at the water park until about 6 o'clock. And then we came back to the room, got changed, got dressed, and we went out to dinner at a restaurant outside of the resort. We did this because we like to budget and save money so that throughout the year we can go on more trips and not just do like one vacation a year. So we went to a Mexican restaurant. It was about 1 mile away, 2 miles away, and it was delicious. We ended up spending about $32 with tip. Both of my boys got a kids meal. They were anywhere from $4 to $6, and my kids each was $4 a piece. They got tacos, rice, and beans. And then me and my husband, we shared fajitas for two, and we got chicken fajitas, and they were $18. And it was very fulfilling. We actually took leftovers back, and my husband ate them the next day for lunch. So then we went back to the resort, and then it was time for, they had lots of different shows at that time. They had a clock tower show, they had a bedtime story, they had a character meet and greet. So we did those activities in the lobby. And we decided also, I liked this, forgot to tell you this in the beginning. When you checked in, they let me choose the floor that we were on. The lobby is on the second floor, and all the little shows and activities are on the second floor. On the first floor is the water park, the arcade, the bowling alley, the 4D video thing, the laser tag, the water park. All your things like that are on the first floor. We decided to stay on the first floor so that we would be close to all of the activities. We knew we would spend most of the day in the water park anyways. Okay, that was a side note, sorry. So then we went back and we did the story time and the character greet and all of that. And that put us going to bed around 9 o'clock. So we got back to the room, we got ready, and we went to bed. The next morning we woke up at around 6:30, 6:45. We get up early because we have a baby, 11-month-old, and he gets up to nurse. And when you're in a hotel room, it's hard for the other kids to sleep when the baby's up and moving around. So we all ate breakfast. And then from there, we went to we got ready, and then around 8 o'clock, I think it was 8 o'clock, we went to yoga. And this was Kid Wolf Yoga. And my boys really enjoyed it, and I have a clip of that as well that I'm going to put into this. After the yoga, we went back to the room, and I started packing up because we had to check out at 11. And then within 30 minutes, we went back and we watched the clock tower show in the lobby. And then there was another... we had 30 minutes to an hour until it was time for us to go to the water park. So we got everyone in the bathing suits. We went back to the room. We got everyone in the bathing suits, packed up everything, put everything into the car. And I left like a separate bag out for like snacks for on the way back home and clothes if they wanted to change on the way back home. At 10 o'clock, we went into the water park. The one thing that disappointed me was you're not allowed to bring outside food or drink in. So that was kind of difficult with small kids because they like to have lots of snacks, and I'm just not going to pay $8 or $6 every time they want a snack. I think that's a little outrageous, especially when we have 3 children and 2 adults. So that was my one disappointment, was that they didn't let you bring outside food or beverages in. You could bring in water, which we did do. So we went to the park around 10 o'clock, and we stayed in the park until about 12 o'clock. Then we walked out, and we decided, even though I brought lunch stuff and it was cheaper to use our lunch stuff that I had brought, due to the fact that it was very cold outside, we would have to go all the way to the car, get all of our snacks and food, and then find a place inside the resort to eat, since we didn't have a hotel room anymore. We just opted out of doing all of that and decided that we could stay inside the water park and we would order a pizza. The pizza was not terribly expensive. I think after taxes it was about $17, and that was for an extra large pepperoni pizza. And like I said, I could bring water in, so we just drank water. We ate the pizza. My boys liked the pizza. Me and my husband thought it was a little bland, but you know, it's food from a resort, so sometimes I feel like food from a water park area is not the best. After that, we ate, and then we decided we would play at the water park again. We ended up playing, we went out at 1 o'clock at the water park and went to the lobby, still in our bathing suits, and we did a character meet and greet where our kids could meet the character again. And then we went back to the water park around 1:15, 1:20, and we stayed at the water park until about 4 o'clock. At 4 o'clock, we went out, we got changed, got the baby changed, we got back in the car, and I had a bag full of snacks and juice and water and sodas for me and my husband's ride home, and we ate snacks and stuff until we got home, where then I cooked dinner. Overall, we thought the water park was great. My kids had a blast. The baby toddler area was perfect for my 11-month-old. He is walking, and he liked going down the slides. He liked riding on the little fake jet skis. They had like a little seesaw canoe thing. He liked to play on that. My older boys loved the wave pool. They spent the majority of their time between the wave pool, and they had a pool with an obstacle course. So they bopped back and forth between those two. I do nurse my son, and when I went in, they did tell me that there is a room off of the water park that is cooler, and that is private if I wanted to nurse in that room. I chose just to wear my cover and to nurse reclining by the pool, so that I at least could be near and see my older son's play. And there was, no issues there. It was about 86 in there, but with our bathing suits on and us being wet, we didn't ever get really hot. My 11-month-old didn't get hot. He actually slept on me for about an hour and a half at the water park. Along with the wave pool and the obstacle course pool, and then they had a pool with like basketball goals. They had a whole toddler section. They had a fort section that would have slides on it, which my boys did enjoy those slides. And it had like a big water bucket that falls. It had little buckets that you could do. It was just like a big splash pad mostly with a big fort in it. They also had 2 water slides that you could go down if you were 48 inches and above. You could do it by yourself. If you were below that, I forget the measurements, in the 40s, you could do it, maybe even 30s, you could do it with a parent. So my middle son, my youngest baby was obviously too small, but my middle son was big enough to do those rides with me, and they were inner tube rides, and it was either 1-seater or a 2-seater. Me and my son did the 2-seater. There was essentially really no line. We did it 3 times back to back and only had to wait maybe 5 minutes. We went on a non-busy day in the middle of the week in February. And then there was also a mat slide ride, and you lay on your belly on the mat and it goes down. It's very fast. My sons did do that. My oldest liked it a lot. My youngest did not like it because he said he got a lot of water splashed up in his face. When I say my youngest, I mean my middle son. My youngest baby couldn't do any of the slide rides. There was also 2 large inner tube rides. They were like 6-seaters or 4-seaters. My oldest son did not want to try those. My middle son did with his dad, and then me and the baby, of course, just watched. My middle son was big enough to do one of those water slides, not both. He could not do the cyclone or the tornado one, so we skipped it. He wasn't tall enough. There was a little bit of a wait for that one, maybe 10 minutes, and my middle son seemed to really enjoy it. He said it was a little fast though and kind of scary, but he did have fun on that. So there was a lot to do.
Sai shook his head and took a long look at the mess. I don't know. There's a lot to do, but it could be a slide, I guess. Well, it will take some adjustments, Tu said to his brother, to make this slide. It's gonna be a nice big howl. So can I get a tester howl? Ow! Awesome. So we're gonna put all of those together on the count of 3. We're gonna go stomp, stomp, clap, clap, howl, okay? 1, 2, 3. Stomp, stomp, clap. Ow! Awesome job.
The little kids section. They have some slides and toys. Water slides. They have like a table for eating. They have private cabanas that you can rent with like tables and a little fridge. They have an eating place. They do have a pool outside. It is closed right now because it is February. And here is a big more of the little area for kids. Fort McKenzie. Basketball goals, an obstacle course. They have a bunch of cabanas. The obstacle course.
our day with some yoga tales. After this, we'll have our clock tower treat.
Scurry! We gotta start the show! Where are ya? Have you seen a squirrel around here, you furry guy? Long tail. Scurry! Get your tail over here! Ah! Scurry, what are you doing? I'm raising up the thunder, but now it's time to start. Wake up, you old sleepyhead, it's time to do your part.
Did you say time?
Yep.
Well, according to my calculations, the sun is in the southwest corner and the moon is in the seventh house. So the clock